Greetings and salutations, gods unwanted. Welcome to my hotel room. I deliberately requested 2 beds in the case that one of the many amours that I keep in my roster, at least the ones that are allowed within the state that I'm currently in, might want a little late night visit, and after we do the nasty, completely in the dark by the way, because I like to feel my way around, based exclusively on touch and scent, sort of like a naked mole rat. I make them sleep in another bed if I allow them to stay at all. I don't want anyone's nasty cold toes touching me. Ignore the fact that I'm fully dressed underneath this towel, okay? My body is only meant to be viewed by my future ex-husband's present concubines, doctors, and the passengers of whatever subway train I happen to be on. It's called an illusion, okay? Keep up. I'm bald underneath this hair wrap, by the way. Now you might be asking, how is a decadent, delicious, comfortably middle-class woman such as yourself find her way to Florida? A state that, shockingly, I've never actually stepped foot in. Spiritually, I've been trapped in Tampa for about 4 years, but physically, I haven't. Normally, the reason that I don't go into a state is because I've been court-ordered not to, or because I have many unpaid parking tickets, and I know I'm gonna get pulled over because I speed, especially if it's in a completely insignificant state like Delaware. I'm trying to get the fuck out. That used car lot of a state. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes when a person gets hit by a car, they see it as an opportunity to get litigious. I, the true American that I am, see it as an opportunity to negotiate. You hit me with your Mercedes-Benz, I get a free vacation. Long story short, I was hit by a Mercedes-Benz. Rightfully so, because I was jaywalking on a green light, deliberately. And let's just say that homeboy couldn't afford to go to court. He was in his Gwyneth era. And I said, you can buy my silence. And here I am, in sunny, disgustingly humid Florida.
Giuliani, all I did was mention 9/11. Why is your member already standing at attention? I haven't been this excited to wake up since there was a clearance sale of the Golden Girls-inspired catheters. Ugh, mama needs her juice. This is my pathetic attempt at eating healthy to ensure that my descendants hawking my organs in the post-apocalyptic black market can get a good price for them. Look at all that undefined muscle. The ritual of drawing on my eyebrows to ensure people don't think I'm undergoing chemotherapy again. Normally, pulling a Dee Blanchard and faking cancer would be advantageous if one is attending an amusement park. But your girl copped some VIP passes, so I'm saving that grift for another day. I can't stand when my property belligerently disobeys me. I am not losing my light skin privilege. I enjoy listening to messy cosmopolitan bottoms chronicling their sordid tales of prolapse in one ear and fascist sympathizing sermons conducted by men who think female literacy should be up for negotiation in the other, in order to get the full breadth of the American political experience. I was having a mini panic attack in the airport since I technically might be on a no-fly list due to my involvement with Antifa, which I only joined because I thought it was a German punk rock group and I had just learned to play the triangle. Look at all those little people living, laughing, loving, cheating, trying, binge drinking, composting, fornicating, manipulating, masturbating, photosynthesizing. I wish I had a giant straw so that I could slurp up that entire body of water. Aquatic life be damned. Here's what I have to say to those wretched creatures. You are too fugly to be worthy of existence, and your gelatinous form disturbs me. That's a direct quote from one of my Yelp reviews. The grind never stops, even when I'm in transit. Upon arriving in Florida, I am overcome with emotion. This is my spiritual homeland. Some conspicuous balls. I'm going to drill so many farts into this bed, the mattress will be more cratered than the moon. The fit is giving rock star / celebrity trying to look presentable so that they don't get thrown back into rehab. Look at me being self-indulgent and then almost getting caught. I got lost in this middle-class labyrinth of a hotel. My gosh, what if I'm trapped here forever? Who'll be there to cyberbully the people in my comment section? Ooh. How many Jimmy Buffett flasks have been accidentally dropped in those waters? Countless. We were treated / subjected to a scavenger hunt, which both teams promptly quit before time was up.
It was raining almost the entirety of the scavenger hunt, by the way, so we were sopping wet running through Diagon Alley. Little puddles everywhere. I never felt more like I was actually in England. That sad fish and chip gulag of a country.
We were served dinner at this Willy Wonka's chocolate factory looking venue. Sadly, there were no artificially colored little people to breakdance while children were being traumatized. I asked. The plantain chip nachos and Philly cheesesteak egg rolls were delicious, but I don't know who invited the Brussels sprouts. The salad was disappointing and sad. These ultra-decadent type 3 diabetes-inducing milkshakes were the stars of the night. If my ancestors could see the gastronomically indulgent lifestyle that I lead, they would weep. Time for some carb-fueled debauchery. Look of the day, busty tennis instructor who will inappropriately flirt with your husband. Oh, Dennis, please tell me more about crypto. We are treated to breakfast at the equally gorgeous and moist Polynesian-themed water park, where legend has it they sacrifice beautiful, successful influencers to the volcano. Our tour guide told me not to worry because I wasn't at risk. Every time I see a spread like this, I feel like a ravenous sewer rat that chewed their way into a buffet. Nothing makes you appreciate the view like weather that feels as if you've been dunked in water and placed in a microwave. My food digests as I listen to the calming sounds of children shrieking and urinating in the pools. Next, we participated in an escape room that was housed in this retro-looking building that made me yearn to order an old-timey cocktail and catch syphilis. My team got one of the worst scores you could get. In an attempt to ensure my glasses didn't fall off on one of the roller coasters, I devised an incredibly ratchet eyeglass retainer. Shocker, they proved to be ineffective. So much for my morbid wish to be the first person to asphyxiate on a Despicable Me ride. Here is some tramp stamp inspo to tattoo right above your crack. First coaster of the day, the Hulk one.
VIP table.
Sorry, Make-A-Wish kids.
The Velocicoaster was phenomenal, as the Spanish say, looking like a giant varicose vein.
Let me just say, there is nothing more fun than just staring at people at amusement parks, okay? It's truly such a fascinating breed of people. You have every flavor of tourist. You have every size and shape of human being. There were some shapes in particular that I'd never seen before. The human body is truly an incredible anatomical feat.
We enter Harry Potter world, where in accordance with the medieval theme, but still appealing to Potterheads, a village idiot was rightfully being tortured in the town square for writing graphic Snape Hagrid fanfic. Frozen butterbeer is superior, okay? I was having a little founding father hair crisis. This English feast made me feel like a feudal peasant farmer horking down the grub since next year's harvest is a hope, not a promise. I am usually not a corn girl, but my goodness, when it's fresh, salted, and buttered to perfection, oh boy, that shit will have your toes curling. Despite her unfortunate external appearance, this dessert tasted pretty good, even though it singed my tongue, probably because she overheard me mocking her. There she is, the attention whore. The Hogwarts Express had a distinct taking a train in Europe during the late 1930s, which for someone who looks like me is incredibly ominous. Oh boy, seeing Diagon Alley not sopping wet and in distress was a treat. Honestly, if the park had sprinkled in a few actors soliciting the visitors by whispering, "I can show you a good time, sailor," winky face, it would have been more realistic. A few fathers would have genuinely considered the proposition before their child tugging on their cargo pants would have dragged them back to reality. Prior to this, we went on Hagrid's ride and the broom won. I'm not even going to bother looking up what the ride's name was. Regardless, they were both fantastic. I always feel at peace when I'm close to money. It's why I enjoy loitering in Neiman Marcus. Though a part of me did want to thump these goblins on the head, I feel like they wouldn't grant me a loan just because I wouldn't be able to pay it back. The apothecary did not sell barbiturates, by the way. Like, why am I even here at this point? Woo! Don't you love Florida weather?
And finally, I returned back to my hotel, scraped all the dirt and sunscreen that had been caked into my pores off of me. In the future, I will have a group of assistants whose job it is almost exclusively to do that. They would not get paid well, I'd make sure of that. But yet they would still enjoy the job on some sort of perverted level. I take a sort of ancient Egyptian approach to hygiene, as well as incest.
Headed down to the hot tub since last night we got kicked out after 5 minutes. Something about us compromising the hygiene of the pool. Here is some footage of me a stalker recorded. I'm generous, so I posed for them. My dinner at the hotel consisted of some cheeseburger sliders and chocolate cake, which I requested be sourced via unethical farming practices because the suffering imbues the ingredients with more flavor. We had to check out early, hence the luggage. Look of the day, substitute teacher trying to look MILF-esque during a parent-teacher night. Hollywood, Tinseltown, there is nothing quite like it. The hedonism and vanity of Miami, but without the self-awareness and humor of New York. That 50s diner is so authentic they had a separate entrance for me. Further down the sidewalk is the Roman Polanski Hollywood star they had to scratch out a few years back. We got some voodoo donuts at breakfast, including a literal voodoo doll donut based on my body measurements. The Captain Crunch one was underwhelming. That's what I get for putting my faith in a military man. They didn't have a caffeine enema option, which is usually how I prefer my coffee. We had time to hit up 3 more attractions, including one of the early Tobey Maguire Spider-Man rides, who I always preferred on account of his natural incel aura.
As I look over the beautiful palm trees that are sort of swaying in the window before me, I stand back and marvel at the beauty of nature. Something inside of me, appreciative that the paths of that man and his Mercedes-Benz crossed with mine. There's a stirring inside of me, and I can't tell if it's because I'm actually outside for once, or because I'm currently in a state where there's an entire compound that's just run by Scientologists. I can feel that cult energy sort of radiate cosmic gamma rays.
Nothing can cause you to have an existential crisis like sitting in a hotel lobby awaiting your ride. Do any of these people know they are in the presence of a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award banned content creator? They are so blind. The ride to the airport was bittersweet. I was grateful to be able to step foot in the homeland of my people. And by my people, I mean meth-fueled swamp folk and BBL-enhanced Insta models quietly contemplating their life choices in the bathroom of a yacht named the Twerkinator. To my beloved Florida, I bid you adieu.
I hope you enjoyed my very poorly filmed vlog. Not much happened. It was just a lot of shots of food, but I wanted to take you guys with me to, I don't know, shove it in your face. Anywho. Thank you for watching. And remember, the next time you sustain an injury, don't see it as a broken leg. See it as a potential opportunity. Now get the fuck out.
Like, comment, subscribe, harass me in the comment section, cyberbully each other, cyberbully yourselves. You know the drill. Thank you to my top patrons. If you would like to support me on Patreon, the link is on the screen and in the description below. To my other lovely patrons, your names should be scrolling on the screen as I speak. Bye.